This is TV3 KARD Television, Wichita, Kansas.
Well, hello there. Welcome to another episode of Conversational Shaving. This is our good friend Sarge. Say hello to the nice people, Sarge. Sarge. Well, hello there. I've just prepped my face with the Ice Cube pre-shave soap from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I'm going to sit this down here on the little Ice Cube Dock and hope it doesn't slide off. Usually it doesn't, but that's some nice slick soap. Nice slick soap to get your shave ready. And my razor is going to be this. I have the box that came in, the little box. It's a it's a safety razor manufactured by the National Safety Razor Company, New York, New York, back in the day. There's the razor. It's 3-piece, non-adjustable with a Bakelite handle, I believe it is. And let me set that over there. In there, on what will be its fourth use, because I've had good luck with these blades, will be a London Bridge blade. You can see that there. And my soap today is going to be this Denton Majik Pink Floyd soap. There you go. It's got a pink label, kind of shiny label, with Floyd the Barber from the Andy Griffith Show. It's a joke, Pink Floyd. I forget the man's name that played Floyd the Barber. If I remember, maybe I'll put it down below here. But he also played Doc Adams on the radio version of Gunsmoke. And Doc Adams was originally, what was it, with 2 D's, A-D-D-A-M-S? He was originally kind of a ghoulish character inspired by the Addams Family. So, but anyway, more well known perhaps visually anyway for being Floyd the Barber on the Andy Griffith Show. Now I've written down the scent notes of this soap because my friend Amy was like, why don't you give the scent notes of these soaps? So here we go. Top notes of lemon, lime, lemongrass, and bergamot. Mid notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, and carnation. Base notes of musk, woody notes, and tonka bean. It's a very cologne-like cologne scent. So I'll set that over there. Let's see, I've already lathered up my, Marchese, the emerald brush with a Manchurian badger knot. I've lathered up in the Captain's Choice, the lighter of their 2 copper shaving bowls. And yeah, let me try to get a lather translated to my face here, and I hope you're all doing well out there. Wow. I soaked this brush while I was showering. You really don't need to soak a brush that long. If it were a synthetic brush, I wouldn't have soaked it at all because synthetic brushes don't need to be soaked. But this is one of my nicer brushes. Il Marchese over there in Italy make some fantastic brushes. And let me wipe my hands off here a little bit and grab my razor and let me wet the razor. Okay, and let's get started here. Pass number 1 with the grain. Here we go. Pink Floyd. Oh, you know what I should have done? I forgot about it. There's a razor called the Final Cut, which I used, but I didn't give the name of the razor the last time I the last time I shaved with a soap that was sort of a nod to the musical group Pink Floyd. Excuse me. A&E has one, I believe it's A&E, has one called Which One's Pink, I think, from a lyric to one of their songs where the guy, the music industry guy is, well, he says to them, says, the band is just fantastic, that is really what I think, oh, by the way, which one's Pink? Well, none of the guys in the band were named Pink. The band was named for two blues musicians, Pink Anderson and Floyd Council. And I believe it was their founding member, I'm pretty sure it was Sid Barrett, their founding member, who named the band. Then he kind of got burnt out by show business and was asked to leave the band. I'm going to rinse the razor now. So, yeah, I really should have used my Final Cut razor, but I used it the last time I did it pink. And you're asking, what's the deal with the Final Cut razor? Well, the final Pink Floyd album, not their last album, but the final one that Roger Waters, their main lyricist and songwriter, participated in, was called The Final Cut. If you don't follow pop culture, none of this may make any sense or matter to you. And to be honest, I don't follow much of current pop culture. I know more of the pop culture with which that I grew up with. I think the term I was trying to use earlier was the music executive. Apparently a real music executive didn't know that there was no one in the band called Pink, and he's like, which one's Pink? According to Roger Waters, who wrote the lyric, that really happened to him, or to the band in general, excuse me. Anyway. Fourth use on this blade, and it's still pretty comfortable and pretty efficient. I may not use it again, probably won't in fact, but this may be one of the ones that I got first. First I just tried one tuck of these blades, and then the ones that I bought a whole sleeve of, I'm not sure they're as good because Gillette's making them now. I don't know, Gillette could have made this one, but this one, these ones from that first tuck of London Bridge blades that I bought seem to be the most comfortable to use. Okay, well that's pass number one complete. I'll be back for a second pass across the grain. As someone noted in a written review online, this soap, which I'm beginning to be able to better smell now because the scent seems to be building as I apply the second lather, it smells a little bit like a Pinot Clubman, the aftershave. There is a Pinot Clubman soap, but I don't think it smells like the aftershave. It does smell a little bit like that. And as the person said that wrote this review, he thinks it's something that Floyd the barber would have had in his shop, something that smelled like this. Very nice. Second pass across the grain. This is kind of off topic, but it is shaving related. The small puck of soap that is labeled, well, it comes in a little plastic tub, and it's labeled as being Pinot Clubman shaving soap, not to be confused with their cream that comes in a bigger tub that has to be applied by hand. It doesn't really lather, so using a brush with it would just be kind of a waste, but waste of your time anyway. But that stuff smells and looks exactly like the stuff that is labeled as is it Woody shaving soap? The Woody aftershave and some of those products were popular a few years ago because they were kind of new. So I don't know, maybe that stuff, even though I didn't see it on the label, maybe it is made by Pinot Clubman, I don't know. Okay, let me rinse the razor. Yeah, it's funny going back, thinking about when the most recent time that I used the soap called Which One's Pink, another soap that is a tribute of sorts to Pink Floyd, the band. I used that razor. It's a Yaqui adjustable razor called the Final Cut, but I forget it was called the Final Cut. I just thought it was a fairly decent adjustable razor. But in the title and the description to that video, I did have it print out the Final Cut razor. But in the video itself, I didn't mention that at all. All right, excuse me. I did get a little weeper there, and I might have one up here somewhere. But pretty tiny. I'm sure some cold water when I rinse will take care of that. There used to be, and maybe there still are, these ads in the back of Rolling Stone magazine. And one of the things you used to be able to purchase, I think it was like for $14, you could get a hot pink t-shirt with a picture of Floyd the barber from the Andy Griffith Show on it. And it said something to the effect of send $14 to Pink Floyd, and then it gave an address or a post office box or something. I should have ordered that. Instead, I ended up ordering something called the Anarchist Cookbook, which features outdated ways to make bombs and drugs. And I wasn't planning on building any bombs or making any drugs. It was just, there were people that bought that as sort of a statement, you know, being glad that we live in a country, supposedly, where books like that aren't banned. And anyway, some of the methods used in that book, the government got wise to them years ago and has made it so some of the things you would need to purchase to make those drugs and bombs will not work in making the drugs or bombs anymore. Oops. Something about, what is it? Morning glory seeds. There used to be a way to extract something like LSD from them. And I guess the government puts something in morning glory seeds now that will sort of make you sick if you try to do that. Or so I've heard. I don't know. I haven't tried these things. I don't plan on trying them. I hope nobody gets the wrong idea. I bought that book kind of at a friend's suggestion, mostly as kind of a statement about having a free press, a free, I don't know, publishing industry, ostensibly. Okay, that's it for that pass. I'll be back for a third pass against the grain. Okay, we'll go against the grain. I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was. This razor is still kind of new to me, although apparently it's a new old stock razor, or one that sat in somebody's drawers, bathroom cabinet drawers or whatever, or junk drawer, unused for a long time, for many years. Maybe it was a gift from someone to someone else and they never used it. I don't know. Rinse time. Yeah, the guy that played Floyd the Barber, I noticed he was also in an episode of the original Twilight Zone. The one where Andy Devine, the late Andy Devine, plays a, well, he was alive then, but plays a guy known for telling tall tales, who ends up, for real, getting kidnapped by some aliens from outer space. It's a fun episode. It's not meant to be, that one wasn't meant to be taken too seriously. And the guy that plays Floyd, the barber, later on, he played Floyd the Barber on the Andy Griffith Show, and was probably fresh off the radio version of Gunsmoke, which ended in or about 1960. Because Gunsmoke, the TV show, and Gunsmoke, the older radio show, had been on concurrently for about 5 years before that. But anyway, excuse me. I hope I did that in the right direction. Sometimes I lose my place. In the shave, I mean, forget where I'm at. Yeah, but the guy that would later play Floyd the Barber on the Andy Griffith Show played one of the guys that hung out at the general store and listened to this other character's tall tales. And in that group of guys, if you ever watch that episode, you'll see other well-known character actors of the day. I think at least one of them worked up until the 1980s, 1990s, maybe even into the 2000s if he was still alive then. Okay, I'll be right back for pickup time. I hope I got the first part of pickup time on there. If not, if something's missing, then that means I forgot to push the button. Because what I'm doing now is just going over the trouble spots. So if I didn't push the button, then you're not really seeing all the pickups. You're just seeing the very final touch-ups, I guess, which is supposed to be kind of two of the same thing, but let's see, just a couple of little things and I'm going to be done here. I wonder, you know what, I don't think I got the major part of pickups in here, but if that's the case, I apologize. I got a lot on my mind right now with this shave, and there's Sarge. I brought him in. He wants back out. Can you hear him? Go on, Sarge. And anyway, well, I'll be back in a minute. Say hello to our good friend, Mr. Towel. Yeah. Huh. Scent strength on that soap of about 3 out of 10, but it builds up to a 4 or 5 out of 10. In case I didn't say that earlier. Well, I know I did say it earlier, but I might not have been on camera when I said it. Crazy. I think one of the technicians forgot to push the button. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that feels great, folks. Feels great. Now I'm going to do a brief recap, and then I'm going to put the finishing touches on the shave here. We'll put Mr. Towel back on the rack because he likes that. And he's trying to stretch out a little bit. Well, before I got on camera, let me see if I can hold this so it doesn't slide off there. It's a very slick soap. I prepped my face with the PAA Ice Cube. This is mentholated, by the way. I don't know if I said that before. Mentholated Ice Cube, and this is the Ice Cube Dock. It's a handy soap dish for it. And this is pre-shaved soap, very nice. And I'll set that, yeah, it's the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements PAA Ice Cube soap, pre-shaved soap. Okay, and my razor has been this 3-piece, it's a metal razor with a Bakelite handle, and let me show you the little box again. I got this used on eBay. I didn't have to bid on it. It was just buy it now type thing. It's from the National Safety Razor Company of New York, New York, from back in the day. And that's the actual box that it came in right there. Okay, and my soap has been this, oh, I forgot to mention, in my razor on its 4th use was one of these London Bridge blades. Not bad blades, or at least that first tuck I got was. I don't know, Gillette's making them now, I think. I'm not sure they're as good. My soap has been this Denton Majik Pink Floyd soap. Kind of maybe a nod to the band and to Floyd the barber from the Andy Griffith Show. 2 things that are not normally related, but there you go. And let's see, my brush was this Marchese. I'll show you the coin there with the top hat and tie on it. Marchese emerald brush with a Manchurian badger knot, very nice. And I lathered in the lighter of the 2 original copper shaving bowls from Captain's Choice, right there. Okay, now I'm gonna reach over here for some of the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel facial toner. No alcohol in this, by the way. It's a toner, facial toner, not an astringent. Okay. a very light lavender scent. Won't clash with anything. Now, if I didn't have the matching aftershave, I would probably use some Pinot Clubman aftershave to go with that soap, because that's kind of what that soap smells like, the original Pinot Clubman. Let's see, but I'll show you this. I'll show you once again the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel bottle there. And now I'll reach over for the aftershave that matches the soap, the Denton Majik Pink Floyd aftershave. And shake that up a little bit. Take the cap off. Oh, it's still got, the cap still has a little plastic wrapper on it. There it is without the little plastic wrapper. I'll get some of this going in my hand here. Slip it there. Let's see. Get a little bit on the wrists. See, up behind the ears, temples, back of the neck. Some sting there. By the way, the shave was, I would say it was a DFS, a darn fine shave. Not necessarily BBS, but I kind of blame that razor more than I do the blade, although the blade had been used 3 times already. It was on its 4th use. This aftershave, it goes with the soap very well, matches it almost exactly, and it does smell a little bit like Pinot Clubman original aftershave, but there's something else in there. I don't know if it's more carnation or something, but it's just a little bit different, and it does match the soap. So there's the Pink Floyd aftershave that matches the soap by Denton Majik. Finally, one more thing, and then I'll let you go. Some of the L'Oreal Men Expert Hydra Sensitive Soothing Aftershave Balm with 0% alcohol, designed for sensitive skin, it says, and it contains natural birch sap. I love this stuff. And another thing I need to thank Paul H. for. He turned me on to this stuff, and I had a little bottle of it, with not a sprayer, but like a sprayer that helped dispense it. Then I got this bottle later, because I went right through that first bottle. Lovely scent, and I remember this had a lovely feel on my skin, as it apparently still does. I think maybe the birch sap in it does do something nice for your skin. And that's it, folks. We hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourselves, and have a great week ahead.